Welcome to Talk About Topeka. We're here in the studios with my buddy Al Hammons. He is here to promote the Classic Rock Christmas, the second annual concert this year for the United Way. Al, how are you?
I'm doing fabulous. Got my red on, ready for Christmas.
Hey, glad to have you here, of course. Now last year was the first time event for this thing.
Yes, it was.
Tell us a little bit, okay, for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about here, give us the elevator speech about the Classic Rock Christmas concert.
Okay, Classic Rock Christmas has 5 incredible musicians from bands like Boston, Sammy Hagar, Ambrosia, The Tubes, all the big monster rock bands from the 80s come together and do a concert to raise hunger awareness. And so basically it's a big event where people bring cans of food to help give food to the community for the holidays.
Absolutely, and it was a huge event last year, so tell us about how that went.
It was fantastic. We had Topeka High School Drumline joined them on stage for a little drummer boy in the style of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, so that's a really cool thing to see.
Mm-hmm.
A 7-octave bell choir joined them on stage for "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," which was like "Stairway to Heaven,"
wow.
which was nuts. It was incredible to see. And then high school choirs, the community showed up. We raised over a ton of food for the community, and we had an incredible time. And the band loved Topeka so much that they absolutely wanted to put us on the map to come back here this year, so we have them.
Absolutely. So tell us about their experience here last year.
They love Topeka. You know, they're used to living, they live in California and Boston, you can imagine, so it's a little bit different lifestyle. And so when they came here, they enjoyed how friendly, warm, and open, and how, I don't want to say small town, but it's a really wonderful small town that we have.
Hometown.
Hometown, yeah.
Yeah.
They love that good Midwestern feeling that we had. And we changed the way they do their concerts. I'll tell you that. So the hospitality that Topeka put forward, they love so much that now their contracts and their writers reflect what Topeka brought.
Awesome.
So they're doing this all over the United States.
That's amazing. Okay, so what's new for this year? What can we expect?
They just released a new CD.
Cool.
And
okay, so let's talk just before we get too far into
sure.
this music. Like,
right.
It's not your typical, you're going to recognize the tunes, but in more ways than one. You're going to recognize them in case that, yeah, okay, the lyrics you'll recognize.
Correct.
But you're going to recognize the rock tunes behind them. It's kind of this fusion.
That's what they say, classic hits and classic carols fused into one. That's kind of their tagline, and that's exactly what they do. And so you can imagine that bell choir up there playing the intro to Stairway to Heaven that leads into the guitars, and then all of a sudden they start singing the words, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." And think about it, it's cool, but these are powerful rock stars that rock that song out. It's not like what you grew up with Andy Williams or anything like that, Perry Como type of a style of music. This is modern rock music to Christmas. And so it's a whole different take on Christmas. And so we'll go from Stairway to Heaven and then the Kashmir by Led Zeppelin with the words, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," and then you're done. So you'll see and hear, they bring a $35,000 light show to this thing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. And when you get all that together with the community and you see it, oh my gosh, yeah.
Okay, so they have a new album out this year.
They do.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about that. I love the one from last year. It's great.
They have 4 new songs, and the Silver Bells by Running Down a Dream by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. That is the music that they run into, and it works. It's really cool, the rendition. "Oh Holy Night" is to "Dust in the Wind."
Hey, seems good.
Yeah. You know, so they've got a lot of neat new songs coming out on this album. I think it's the best one that they have had. The review of the first album came out, and the reviewer says, if you have an opportunity to go see this band play this music in a perfect acoustical hall, you've got to go see it. And you know what? Topeka Performing Arts Center is that acoustical venue. And we had them last year before the review came out, and it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. So they're bringing more lights, they're bringing more sound. You know, like I said, $35,000 light show, just incredible.
And they're bringing Roger Clemens.
We're bringing Roger Clemens.
That's pretty well. The whole thing. The whole thing is Roger Clemens is coming. This is awesome.
You know what? And you're the first one I've said that to.
Really?
So this is an exclusive, I guess.
The exclusive. The Talk About Topeka exclusive.
Yeah, I worked for Roger back a few years ago. I still help him out, him and his family. Wonderful, wonderful guy. He has a great foundation, so if you have a chance, go look at rogerclemensfoundation.org. He helps at-risk children, and one of the things that that you look at with kids in need and at risk is hunger. There's a hunger element to that, and this is a hunger awareness concert. And so when I spoke to him, I said, come on up here, can you help me with this? And he goes, we're going to do it up big. So Rocket's coming to town. So Roger Clemens will be the MC with V100, which we have Ray Michaels and Bobby Steele. They're going to start the thing off and introduce Roger, and I don't know what he's going to do. He's the Rocket, so we're going to have some fun down there.
This is an all-star event happening down at TPAC.
This is probably, it's poised to be the biggest event of its type that I think I can recall for Topeka. And so Topeka, this is your Christmas present. This is for you. Get out there, come to this thing, because we want Roger to come back. We want all these rock stars to come back. We want to raise food. We want to help people. This community deserves an event like this. This is, you know, you're talking about a lot of people, and you hear it on the street. Let's do some fun things. Let's get Topeka. Let's do, you know, look at downtown. Look what's happening downtown Topeka. It's primed. Here's your downtown event to kick this thing off.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's so much local involvement. Like you said, you had the Topeka High drum line was in it. There's lots of other locals get to perform with some of these legends on stage, which is spectacular.
And we can't forget the Guard, the Kansas Army National Guard. Listen to this, folks. The Kansas Army National Guard is bringing their NASCAR show car. It's going to be out in front, so you guys can check it out and look at it. They're going to be bringing military vehicles. They're going to be out in force. So they're here supporting the event. You know, they're raising food for the event right now as we speak. They already have their hunger awareness drive going on.
Amazing. Of
course, you can go to Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee is the official grocer. Go out and buy your cans of food there. You'll see the posters in front of the barrels, and donate your food. So
excellent. Well, that's the Classic Rock Christmas. It's Al Hammons here from the United Way. We're raising money, we're raising food, we're raising awareness for hunger awareness really here. And you can get involved with this thing. Get your tickets, and it's Saturday, November 21st at 7:30. It's going to be at Topeka Performing Arts Center. So get that on the calendar. It's going to be a great time. Al, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us on.